John talking to somebody that is making waves in our community, representing an area that I love, which is film and, anything to do with film, content creation. Y'all know Brother John is all over that. And I got breaking news. Somebody just sent me a text and said that Google, Netflix, and some other companies are paying people $900,000 a year if they know how to use AI. So that caught my eye, ladies and gentlemen, because that's some major money. But I digress, because in the house I have somebody in the building with me that, ever since I met her, she's always been about community. She always been about trying to bring quality events, quality programming to our city, which we need and should have. And none other than the executive director, CEO, all that good stuff of Indie Memphis. It is Kimel Fryer in the building. How you doing? How you doing?
You
Look.
trying to leave us for Netflix?
No. I'm not trying to leave for Netflix. No.
What are we talking about?
No. You good. You are good. I'm just saying, I was just like, wow, that was interesting.
Yeah.
All right, but before we get into all of that, how have you been?
I've been good. It's very busy this time of year for us. We got a lot of things coming up. Our Youth Film Fest on August 26th, and then our annual 6-day film festival, which is going to take place October 24th through the 29th.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been busy, but it's been great.
All right. And speaking of busy, because we got to touch it because we were just talking about it, but it seems like a lot has happened since the last time you had your film festival here, since Indie Memphis had his festival. It seemed like...
That's an understatement.
Just, so much has happened, and a lot is going on. And, I know a lot of people in Memphis do some big work and help with films and different things out west in Hollywood. But it seems like it's some real big things happening out west that has your attention. I mean, put it like that. So we ladies and gentlemen, there is a strike going on currently right now as we speak. Two strikes. See, you see that? You gotta let us know about it, because we had talked to Kia Shine when what's the movie with Jamie Foxx just came? They Cloned Tyrone.
I love that movie.
Right.
I actually saw the premiere.
You saw the premiere?
It premiered at American Black Film Festival. I was in the audience when it dropped.
Really?
Yes.
How was the response there?
Woo, the atmosphere was amazing.
Really?
It was amazing. And then there was a after party, and you got to I got to talk to Charles King and Stacey King about it. I mean, it was amazing.
Wow. So when we talked to him, he stated that during the premiere out in Cali, it was the red carpet and it was the line. They was picking it in front of the theater, and he said, man, it was my first one like that. He said I had to cross the line to go in because it was Netflix and this, and he said, but he stands with them, about what was going on. But he said then at that time, John, is very serious. Like, people really are out here hurting, you know what I'm saying, because there's no work. So but I didn't know it was two strikes. So can you kind of give us like a overview, high level of, what's taking? I don't want to go deep into the weeds, but can you kind of let us know here in Memphis what's going on out west?
For sure. So the reason why I said there's two strikes, right? Like, there are unions set up. And so we have the WGA, Writers Guild of America, and then we also have SAG. And so those two unions are on strikes.
Both of them.
Okay. And they are striking against I mess up these letters all the time, but I believe it's the AMPTP, Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers.
Okay.
So, long story short, hopefully nobody's eyes will glaze over. Any company that is a part of that alliance, they have contracts with these different unions. And in those contracts, if you ever dealt with a union, or if you know anyone who has dealt with the union, there are certain protections that the workers have, right? So basically, by the deadline, because every so often contracts are negotiated.
Okay.
by the deadline for the WGA and for SAG, Screen Actors Guild, um, they weren't able to reach a negotiation. They weren't able to reach a contract.
Okay.
So WGA struck, and they are not working until they are able to reach a fair contract. Same with
Like
SAG.
not working. Like don't even send me no script. I'm not sending nothing.
No.
Everything stopped.
And if you want to be a part of those unions, you do not. It's best advised to also not submit scripts, to them, submit scripts to those struck companies, because that's seen as crossing the line. And here's the thing, right? We 100% stand with the unions.
Gotcha.
100%.
Okay.
We
Indie
stand,
Memphis stands with the union.
absolutely.
See, that's boss talk right there. The boss up on Brother John. Yes.
Big boss, not the little boss.
Big boss. Big boss on Brother John. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Shout out to Kiki. Oh man.
Yeah, whole nother subject. Yes, ma'am.
Right. But no, we do stand with the unions, because what we're talking about are people who love what they do. We're
Right.
talking about creatives who have spent so many hours, so much time, so many years curating their craft to bring entertainment to us, whether that be through television, whether that be through films. They have done a lot, and so many times you have people who are, they're not even working regular hours. We're talking people who are, on set sometime. Especially like when we're talking about people on set, right? Like SAG, and even writers used to be able to go on set. To my understanding, that's a different subject. But long story short, we're talking about a lot of people who really just want protections for their job. They just want to make sure that they're being fairly compensated. They want to make sure that the things that they have questions about, that they're answered.
Right.
And hopefully, to my understanding, WGA and AMPTP are back negotiating. So I hope that a fair deal does come from the outset of this. But at the end of the day, majority, and if you are on Instagram, if you follow some of these, if you follow some of the actors that are in SAG, or some of the writers, people have been posting their residuals, or they've been
posting with their residual income from movies or shows that they worked on.
Yes, and there are some where you'll see checks for like 8 cents.
Stop! Come on, not really. They sending out checks like that?
Just go out there and look.
Oh my.
So I say that to say, right, and I am not like speaking against, companies and stuff like that.
Right.
But what I do think is going on, you have people who are part of WGA, people who are part of SAG, who are just saying like, hey, these are some concerns we have. We've been struggling. We need to make sure that in 2023 and beyond, we're taken care of. We're putting we're putting all these hours into this craft. We're making you money. You're talking to investors about how we're making you money. So let's have a real conversation let's have a real conversation and talk about, okay, since you guys are doing so great, why are we not seeing a bump in pay? Why are we seeing writers' rooms being decreased? Why are we, even the suggestion, I'm not even sure how valid that was, but even the suggestion to use AI for someone's likeness for perpetuity,
yes,
which means forever. Like, why are we even having that conversation? Because that's it should be out of the question. You should want to take care of your people. And so I think, I hope that, this is, to my understanding, it's been the longest strike ever for WGA. They've definitely been striking for over 100 days. I think this is longer than the one that happened in 2007.
Wow.
So it's serious. A lot of people are impacted. There are production. Even if you're not in those unions, even if you're on the crew, which you can be a crew member and be a part of the union. I think the most popular one is IATSE. They are not striking, but if you're on the crew and your production was supposed to be filming right now and it got halted because of the strikes, everybody's impacted. But it seems that a lot of people understand that these are, that really these are people that they just want to make a fair living. And how
Right.
can we be mad at that, right?
Right. Right.
How can we
How
argue
can we
against that?
argue with that? Right. Right.
Yeah.
And this means like the people that do makeup, hair, all of them affected. Custom wardrobe and all that.
If they were supposed to be a part of some film productions, or if they were, I mean, even if it wasn't a full out film,
Could
right?
have been a TV show, maybe.
TV show, commercial, even if
Wow.
you had a commercials lined up and there were going to be SAG actors in it, and they're on strike now.
Oh. So if you was counting your money before you got it, like in the fall, I plan to do 4 or 5 different things.
Yeah.
So that mean that we on pause until
Yeah.
man.
But the thing is, though, and I want to be clear about this, because film is growing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a main part of our economy, but it is growing. So hopefully, it will be a major part, as we progress in the
Right.
future.
Right.
The intent to do the strike, is really for the companies. The companies, I think, once a fair deal is negotiated, everybody's going back to work happily.
Right.
So, if anything, that's something that I really hope that, the companies that are a part of the alliance, I really do hope that they are coming forward and negotiating a fair deal, with them,
Right.
because everybody wants to go back to work. Nobody wants to not work.
Yeah. It's not a good
But
thing.
at the same time, like, there has to be a line drawn in the sand.
Wow.
And so yeah, so that's really what's going on.
Ooh.
And we pushed out a newsletter, I believe last week, sending people, links to the different things going on.
Mhm.
That's another thing, like, I don't want to seem like I am like, this guru about the strikes.
Right.
Definitely, please go to WGA's website. Please go to Screen Actors Guild's website.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those, and if you want some references, definitely feel free to reach out to us. We will refer you to those. But yes,
that's look. You hit it on the head right there. It's like you gave us, and I've been waiting to talk about this until I had somebody like you in the studio, because yeah, we can read internet and social media, but like you're actively in the business, right? You have connections, your reach, and films and all of that. But just to hear what you just shared, I appreciate that, because there's some people that's listening and watching that's like, yo, I didn't know it was that serious like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's for real, for real. But, and
well, we have so many friends that are, a part of the union, and so many supporters
Mhm.
of Indie Memphis, who are a part of the union. So,
Wow.
so yeah, again, I don't want to see if I misspoke, anyone who's part of the union, if I misspoke, please forgive me. But I definitely can, send anyone, links
To what they need.
exactly, and links to just, very valid information, because on the internet there's a lot out there.
Right.
But there are definitely some really great articles, some really great resource hubs that we can point you to. But yeah, Indie Memphis supports the union, so
Gotcha.
hopefully a negotiation is struck soon.
We ain't gonna get no drama from you saying Indie Memphis supports the union. We good with that, right?
I mean, hopefully.
I just want to be clear, but that's a good thing. And
But I will also clear up that we're not supported by a struck company.
Gotcha.
So I do want to put that out there.
Y'all hear it? The boss is bossing up.
We're not, but at the same time, we're also not just kind of moving towards our festivals being reckless about that either. We're being very diligent in how we handle it, and just also making sure that when we create a space, because a film festival is an exhibition company, right?
Mhm.
We show films, we help filmmakers meet their audiences. We want to make sure that people who are a part of the union feel comfortable coming.
Right.
We want to, we're also, connected with companies that aren't in the alliance, but may be perceived, to be. So there's, a line there.
Folks
too.
gotta do their homework, to really see what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put some of them links, or if you can send me the links later, I'll edit the post, and maybe for more information about what we talked about, WGA
Definitely.
and all that.
Definitely.
All right, so man, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's real, and I know we're in Memphis, But like she said, there's a lot of folks in Memphis got friends that work in the industry and different things. So our hearts and prayers go out to them and their families. Because imagine if it was you, ladies and gentlemen, how would you be feeling right about now? So hearts and prayers go out, and we hope for a contract soon. Because look, we want to see good movies and good films and good commercials and all things
Right.
content. So yeah, I heard about the AI piece, and I'm saying it's like, yo, it's real out here. But switching subjects, so I want to talk about the main thing. You here to talk about some things that's coming up.
I know you put me in the hot seat. I'm here to talk about youth film.
Right. See, we had to get that out the way. We got that out the way, so now that we can talk about our
Okay.
youth film fest, because that's not affected by nothing that's going on, and I really want to put some time on that and really let you talk about what it all means for the youth and the city.
Absolutely. So we're headed towards our 8th annual Youth Film Fest. We're really excited. We're going to be back at the Halloran,
Okay.
like we were. We've been there past few years, and it's gonna be August 26th.
August 26th.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it's free of charge for any student from grades 7 through 12th. It's also pay what you can to any adults that want to come.
Pay what we got to break that down. Pay what you can. Like,
Pay what you can.
so if I got a couple of coins,
If you got a couple of coins that you can donate, great.
wow.
If you don't, but you want to partake, that's fine as well. We
See?
really want to engage the entire community, and we don't want finances to be a barrier to that. So,
Man,
so
see,
yeah.
see, ladies and gentlemen, it's some folks that's doing some great things out here. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Continue.
And so we're kicking the day off with a talk with Hana Sikander. She is a screenwriter. She's a professional screenwriter. She's written in some really great writing rooms, one being The Terminal List, which is on Amazon. She's going to be talking to the youth about cause and effect in writing. And it's going to be a really great conversation. And the rest of the day, there's going to be a mix of us showing short films from our Crew Up mentors and mentorship teams. So Crew Up is a mentorship it's a mentorship program that we have at Indie Memphis, where we pair teams of 3 with a mentor who's a film professional local to the area. And so we've got some really great films in that block. We also are going to show national shorts, because everyone may not know this, but we allow youth from all over the U.S. to submit a film.
Wow.
Yeah, and so there's
That's
a national shorts block, and then there's also a local shorts block as well. So you can see the talent that we have here in the city.
Now, some people may have heard us say shorts, and y'all thinking of Instagram shorts. It's a difference. Can you let the folks know the difference between because when you say shorts, some of our people are thinking Instagram shorts.
Okay, I'm talking about short films. According to the Academy, any film that's under 40 minutes is considered a short film. The short films that we allow for the Youth Film Fest are usually 15 minutes or less.
Really?
So it's a great format for kids to really make a film and see the bones of it, see the beginning to the end of it, and then be able to see your work put on the big screen. Right. So that's what I mean by the block of shorts. We've curated short films together. So you'll be able to see several different short films from these youth. And also, there'll be workshops for the youth to learn from. So they'll be able to learn about camera and lighting, sound. There's someone who's going to be there teaching them different things about acting. So yeah, and then I think we're even having a session where it talks about the jobs you don't hear about. Like a wrangler.
Really?
Yeah. Because there's so many facets to the film industry, and there's so many jobs out there, and so it's very important for us to educate any youth that has an interest in it, and to really make sure that they know that the world is their oyster. So
Right.
if they want to partake in it further than the Youth Film Fest, great. If they don't, then that's fine. But they have the knowledge to do, they have the knowledge and the power to do what they want,
Right.
afterwards. So.
Had you ever seen or like read of people who started off in events like this that's now gone on to do very big things, like people that started off young?
Yeah. So actually, if I can brag about one of our
Go ahead and
our
brag.
people,
Go ahead and brag.
so Janae Kelly is actually, she's a filmmaker. To my understanding, I think she's been part. I think she was part of the youth program, and then I think she may have been a part of Crew Up. She won our grant. There's a youth filmmaking grant that we offer once a year. She won that grant, and then she submitted that film to the national. It's nicknamed Nifty, but it's basically like the National Film Festival for Talented Youth.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did she win a jury prize, she also won an audience prize. It was in Seattle. It's kind of like the Sundance for Youth Film Fest.
Wow, so it's
So it's
that's
a big
big.
deal.
It's a big deal. Come on,
It's
right
a
here in
big
our
deal.
city.
In our city,
Like, we might have
she
to
is
bring
in
her
the city.
on one day. Let her talk one day.
Listen, she's brilliant. She's such a great artist, and that's one person. We've got several who have just really full circle, really doing a lot of amazing things. And so that's the great thing about this program is that we get to, I don't even know if it's, we get to help curate it, right? Like we
Right.
get to help sow the seeds, with them. They are the ones that grow it. They are the ones that decide what they're going to do with it.
Like you expose them. You expose them to it, and then it's like, yo, now they take it.
Yeah.
They got their own ideas. I want to shoot it like this, and
Exactly.
that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
And with that, has this been going on before you took the reins?
Sure.
So it's something that's been going on.
Our youth program, it's been around for 8 years.
8 years.
And so Joseph Carr, our managing director, he really put so much of the backbone of our youth program together, and just really overseeing it over the years, and he's overseeing it now. And so he's just done a really phenomenal job just making sure that this is something that is not, this is something that's a constant in Indy Memphis, and also just in the city of Memphis.
Right.
And he's from Memphis. So we've talked about, just wishing that we had a program like this when we were kids, and so I think to a degree we're able to like feed our inner child, right?
Right.
By keeping it going and thinking about different ways to, to speak to the kids through film.
Right. And see that leads to my next question. Like when you see the children and the youth working or with a camera or shooting a scene or something, what really like touches you when you when you seeing the youth? Because we know we got some youth that's doing some things they shouldn't be doing in our Memphis streets. But when you see our youth actively engaged in the film process, no matter what it is, whether it's setting up a shot or looking at a camera, lighting, all of that, what's the thing that touches you when you see the youth engaged in filmmaking?
I love seeing them in their zone. Every creative, whatever it is, right? Like whether you are a writer, director, cinematographer, editor, even hair and makeup, right? When they are curating whatever their craft is, they are like in their zone, right? Like they're creating art. And I just love seeing that because I feel like you can see the sparks. Right, you can see the wheels turning,
right? And
I just, I just know like whatever they're doing is just going to be amazing, right? Because as an artist, so often I feel like having a space where you can figure out yourself as an artist is really key,
right? And
so I think us being able to provide that is just really awesome. So yeah, for me, it's just seeing them in their element.
Right, and that's big because I like to see them too. When they really hitting it, it's like they in their bag right
it's
now.
Like they're proud.
Yeah. We remember when they first came in, and the progression, right? Yeah. So what do you say to parents that have children that's like, well, I want to make content, I want a camera, I want this, I like this film stuff, or whether they're doing social media, Instagram stuff, or they they feel like they want to do something in content creation with filmmaking. What do you say to the parent that's like, well, it ain't no money in that, because there's some that'll say, well, when it's really nothing to do, it's this that. Sometimes parents can shut our young people down
Right.
because they can't see it. They can't see it. But I think a lot of our youth are starting to see these Instagram influencers, YouTubers making big dollars, but it's some of the folks that the older generation is like, ain't no money in that. What would you say to them?
Well, my mama said that too.
Mom, she done put mom on the front seat.
Oh man, and look, my mom got Facebook, so she probably gonna light me up after this. But no, I think some of it is, the city of Memphis, West Tennessee, I would even say just as a whole, we have a history in cinema. Mm-hmm. It's not consistent to the point to where we've been able to see, I think, the fruits of that labor. But if you look up Memphis cinema, like, we've got some films. I mean, we've been doing this for a minute. And so I would say, allow your kid to discover a world that is reaching out to Memphis right now.
Wow.
Right? Like the film ecosystem is growing right now,
this very moment.
I mean, we've had 2 NBC shows recently. We've had several films come here. We've got several film professionals looking to come here. I mean, with more technology, the different worlds that we live in, right, are more easily connected. And so I think what the youth is seeing is that there are more jobs out there than what we previously thought. Maybe you don't want to be a director, but maybe you like lighting. And maybe you'll be fascinated to find out there's a whole lighting department on some of these films.
Right,
TV, right? Or
like,
maybe
that's all they do. That's all they worried about is the lighting.
Well, and the lighting impacts so many things.
Come on now.
The lighting impacts the mood. It impacts it impacts what emotion you're trying to invoke in your audience.
Come on through with the knowledge of the lighting. Look at that.
So I say it to say, like, if a parent were to say to me, like, there's no money in it, I would ask them to allow themselves to learn a little bit more and allow their kids to discover that world, because there's a lot of different jobs out here. Right. And I think the fact that, film is still growing in our economy, I think is one reason why it's hard for people to see that. But it is. It's out here. So we need to let the youth, play in that playground. We need to let the next generation research, figure out what they like and don't like, because them being more trained in it, that's going to bring even more projects, even more films here, so that maybe we can have a stronger, film percentage of the economy.
Now, what did you say when your mom said, "Well, no money in it"? We going to move away from that topic, because mom, I mean, if mom told you it wasn't, and now look, you the executive director of Indie Memphis, like.
I mean, what I did was I listened to her and I majored in finance, and I went and did a 9-year corporate finance career. And halfway through that career, not even halfway, I think like maybe 2 years into my career.
2 years into your career,
I realized that I just was not happy.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
She dropping gems on us,
so
y'all.
that's why I ended up, when I was in Detroit, because I went to Detroit after I graduated from law and business school from UT, and I had this really great job, great company, and I was not happy. And I realized that, okay, I was happier when I was doing something creative.
Gotcha.
Even if it's the worst thing ever.
But somebody can think it's the worst. Yeah, somebody else don't like it, but I love it. Like,
I gotta create. I gotta do something. I gotta help people create. I have to collaborate and do that. It's something in me. And
so what mom say now?
She actually brought it up. I didn't even say I told you so. She brought it up, and she was like, I think it was like a year ago after I got confirmed, but it wasn't announced yet that I was
Uh,
going to be executive director of Indie Memphis. And my mom was like, "Remember when I told you that there
yes,
was
and
no
I did.
career?"
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Because I think I wanted to major in English, but also get like a minor in like communication and film studies at
Mhm,
U of M. And mom
mhm.
was like, "Ain't no money in that. Like, what are you?
What are you
There's no
talking?
money in there.
What
What are
we
you talking
doing?
about?"
What are we doing?
And so she brought it up, and she was like, "Remember when I told you that?" She was like, "That's so interesting how you figured it out."
Right.
She's like, "I'm real proud of you for figuring that out."
So imagine that story right there. How many children and our young students may be dealing with that? And a
Yeah.
parent may not. My mom or my aunt and uncle had shared. Well, my uncle was like when I came to Memphis back in the day when I was 16 and hip hop was really thriving. Right? Like, come on, ain't nothing in that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I was a budding rapper. I wanted to do it, but that was his view.
You were a rapper.
I was a rapper. Yeah.
Oh, go
Yeah,
and drop
yeah,
some bars.
no, I can't drop no ball right now. I might have to find some. I got some people that may have some stuff on tape. I may have to
Okay.
bring that back up. But you know what I'm saying. But listening to him, and I understand why he said that because he wanted to see something else in me, like pursue basketball because I was a basketball player. But hip hop and rap, that culture had a pull on me. Now I went and played basketball 14, 15 years, and now here I am still DJing. Before, you know what I'm saying, before all of this, the hip hop, I'm back into it. We may not play a lot of hip hop on the radio, but I love it. You see that?
And it's the 50th anniversary.
And it's the 50th anniversary of
Yes.
hip hop. So, ladies and gentlemen, parents, you heard her story. Be careful when we say it ain't no money in that or you shouldn't do that when that's their passion. My son is playing basketball, and I said, "Are you playing for you, or you playing because you think I want you to play?" And I'm like, "I want you to do whatever. I'm proud whatever you do
Right.
because people be like, I don't want to do that. You did that. I want to do something else." We have to be mature enough to understand that. Right. But anything, I'm glad you shared all this information. Give us the date again for the Youth Film Fest.
The Youth Film Fest will be August 26th, and it's going to be an all-day event. Definitely stop by by 9 if you want your kid to be a part of it. And look, we're feeding them throughout the day, so we're also providing breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah, and so it's really great. We really want the kids to be able to be there, not have to worry about anything. Right. And yeah, they're gonna learn a lot about film.
That's I wish I was a kid again. And so after that, once that's wrapped up, what's the just kind of give us a little timeline of what possibly could be next after the Youth Film Fest?
Oh, the only thing that's next after Youth Film Fest right now is our annual film festival. It'll be our 26th one. We just dropped passes today.
Okay.
So I would definitely, if you're interested in, you like films, definitely check it out. We've got early bird discounts going on right now, but the opening night will be at Crosstown. The rest of the week will be in the Overton Square area. So okay. Playhouse on the Square, Circuit Playhouse, Hattie Lou. We're back at Hattie Lou.
Hattie Lou, whoa, okay, yes.
Shout out to Ekundayo and the team.
I think they had the color purple over there recently, or they had, saw some pictures. Yeah.
Yep. And so we're back at Hattie Lou, and we will also have 3 screens at the Malco at Studio on the Square.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm gonna be straight real. I'm gonna make sure I look in the camera and tell them this. Last year, I had the time of my life. Do you hear me? I'm talking about. I'm laughing at I had so many reactions to one film, and the person who made the film was right there over my shoulder watching me trip over the scene. I forgot the name of the movie. The brother with the black cinema, the
Elvis Mitchell.
Yeah. He was right next to me while every time I'm sitting like, yo, I'm just doing.
Is it black enough for you?
Yeah, is it black enough for you? Right. Yep. And he was like, so you like that, huh? So like, yeah. Then after the film, the man goes upstairs or goes up and gets on the stage, and he's the man that made the film. So It was an enlightening experience. And ladies and gentlemen, you looking for something different to do in your city, this is something I recommend you do. I mean, it was dope from beginning to end. They had a night where we was out at Crosstown, and it was just folks out having a good time. So please hit up Indie Memphis. What's the social media so people can follow?
Sure. So if you're, it's our name, Indie Memphis, INDIE Memphis, and we're on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter, now X.
Right.
I'm also on all of those channels as well, and I'm also on Threads and Spill. My at username is at Fry Smalls. And yeah, we're just super excited to be back. So definitely check it out, and I will have to come back to tell you more about the lineup because I can't say too much right now.
We're gonna say that for another time.
I can't say too much right now, but it's dope.
Really?
It's dope.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it goes down. But Ms. Fryer, thank you so much for your time. Anybody you want to shout out before we get ahead? Because I know you can't do all this work by yourself. I know you have a dope team. I know you got folks. But who would you like to shout out before we get out of here?
I want to shout out our amazing team. Our staff works like so hard. Our managing director, Joseph Carr, who is also over our youth program. Our artistic director, Miriam Bell, who has been working tirelessly, making sure that we have some really great programming throughout the year, and then also for our annual festival. Kayla Myers, our full-time programmer in BCF, that stands for Black Creators Forum manager, and Macon, our director of marketing, and I know we've been driving her crazy. But she has just been doing a phenomenal job.
Right.
And also Emma, who is our director of development. She's our newest member on the team, and she's just been doing a really great job. In addition to Amanda Willoughby, I think you know Amanda. Yep, Amanda, Matt, Amanzi, who is also new to the team and is absolutely killing it. Our staff is just amazing. I mean, we do a lot with a little, and I'm just very proud of them. I'd also like to shout out, just really like send a sincere thank you to all of our sponsors, our patrons, anyone who has stopped by a film this year, because we brought back year-round cinema for the first time since 2019.
Okay.
They are the ones who help us make these things possible, and we are like absolutely grateful for their support, and really looking forward to bringing a very memorable festival this upcoming round. So.
That's what I'm talking. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a boss in the house, a real boss, like a certified boss, not a play boss or somebody who's acting as a boss. She sits in the seat and she makes it happen, and she also gave props to everybody on her team because she can't do all this work by herself. But thank you for coming by, sharing that information, because I think, especially in our school system, we need to do a little bit more of exposing our children to some other aspects of film, because I think now it's more of camera, right? But like you said, it's so much more that we can impart upon them, and that's something that maybe we can collaborate on something down the line.
Yeah.
Because I really want to expand, some of our programming, and also get you in contact with our CCTE department, who we might can make something really worthwhile to spread the word through our school system. Okay.
For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, see how it goes down. That's how it goes here at 88.5 FM. We got quality guests, quality information. We are the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame award-winning station this year, and we're going to make sure we flex that, and we're going to keep bringing you positive, and quality content to the airwaves. All right? With that being said, we're going to get back to regular scheduled program. Let's do Tupac Snoop. This is two of America's most wanted on the only station you and your family can agree on. We are 88.5 FM.
Gangsta party.
Party.
Ain't nothing but a gangsta party. They like that.